Hello, gorgeousness with the gorgeousness. How are you, babe?
Oh my goodness. Well, I do declare, if it's not Morgan. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
I am doing good, and you're looking beautiful yourself. And look at that cap on your head, Mama. Where did you get that number?
It's a Dusty Rose original. You know how she do. She does a good hair, honey. Yes.
Even for that.
We had an exciting show. Hello and good evening. Thank you all for tuning in to Positivity. Please make sure that you like and share this episode because have we got a show for you? I am the geriatric gem of Philadelphia, Dominique Lee.
Yes, you sure are. And hello, everyone. I am Miss Morgan. We are so super excited for this night. We have a jam-packed evening for you, filled with games, good times, and lots of great guests to get to know.
It's true. This show is all about uplifting others and all about the great things that are happening in Philadelphia. Personal triumphs and victories. Basically, we're just here to spread some good vibes.
I agree with that. And you know what? All people and performance types are welcome here. This is a safe space, and we're here to just uplift all. This is a space to promote inclusiveness, showcase talents, and do what? Give that positivity, baby.
Come on, positivity.
But you know what, Dominique? I'm super excited that I just want to jump into this evening. Should we show everyone who's going to be on our show tonight?
Oh, yeah. We have a great panel. I'm really excited. Hit it.
Got it. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are so excited to get to know each and every single one of you this evening. So thank you again for joining us tonight. But I also want to remind everyone that's just joining us for the first time watching our viewers, please hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more positivity we spread, honey, right? But Dominique, I want to do something fun. Why don't we have everyone go around and introduce themselves and maybe say a fun little fact about them that we might not know already?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Number one, hit it.
What do you have, Miss Peaches? You better give us an intro, honey, because you know everybody's excited to see you.
You're looking good, Mom.
Thank you. Yes, hello. If you did not know, well, now you know. My name is Miss Peaches. That is MZ. Well, if you can read, it's right there. Yes. I was. It could be any fact or
anything. But remember, my very old elderly Sicilian mother is watching.
Oh yes. I was a vegetarian for 4 years straight.
That is a commitment. That is a commitment.
But I miss chicken so much, so I had to go back, honey. Them table wings.
Well, welcome back to the meat eating side. Welcome. Guest number 2. Tell us about you.
Hi, my name is Lamia, and I am the shape-shifting queen of dreams and things.
Yes.
One thing about me that one might not know is that I am a verse top, which in the gay industry is a unicorn, a fallacy, oxymoron.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to explain the term verse top to my elderly Sicilian mother after the show. Ma, I'll text you. Speaking of Ma's, let's go down to guest number 3.
Okay, daughter. My name is Lady E, and Lamia, I hate to burst your bubble, but you're not the only unicorn in the room because I too am a birth top.
What is happening right now? Morgan, we've lost control.
You know, you've lost control. I don't know what you thought that you were getting, but here you are.
Yes, but you know what? I'm so excited that this night is starting off like this. This is just a good window of how this night's going to go, and I'm super excited.
Well, Morgan, what's a fun fact about you people don't know?
Oh, well, you know what?
Wait, let me guess. You're a verse top too.
It depends on how much tequila this mama has. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Okay. Now, fun fact about me: I'm a nurse by day. People might know that already, but I'm super proud of that accomplishment in my life, and I would just like to announce it. How about you, Dominique? Let's turn that table, babe.
I have a very obscure local celebrity crush. It is Thomas Drayton from Fox 5 News. I think he is so dreamy, but that is the fun fact about me. Everybody knows all about me. Foul-mouthed comic, drag
Yeah, I
queen,
don't think you're shy. I don't think you're shy.
very old,
You know
same stuff.
You know what? I think let's just jump right in. I'm so excited to get to know these fabulous guests that we have on tonight. What do you think?
I am extremely, extremely excited. We are going to jump right in. And of course, we're going with the number one queen. This queen is the queen that loves the differences between masculine and feminine when it comes to drag. Miss Peaches is crossing off drag goals faster than you can watch her spin across the stage. And she's captivating audiences everywhere.
Yeah.
Please get your snapping fingers ready for the phenomenon that is Miss Peaches. Yes.
Yes. Hey, Peaches, thank you so much for being here tonight. You are such a superstar, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. So let's get into some stuff that people might not know about you. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Yes, Mama. So according to you, you started dabbling in drag around April 2017, but really started focusing your attention fully on makeup and performing around 2018. Your first shows include shows like the Amateur Drag Attack hosted by Vanessa Sterling and the Amateur Drag Show at Latage by Bird Events hosted by Bev. Tell us about those first times on stage. And obviously you received well, but how were you feeling during those times?
It was different because when I started out, I started out with people. We all started out at the same time, and we were all kind of like at the same age in drag. So like no one could say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that," or "You look crazy doing this." So going into the competitions really helped me a lot because I found feedback. I got a lot of feedback from just the judges, different judges, because I did. Drag it take a lot of times, but I got a lot of feedback and with lip sync, my body, everything. So those competitions really helped me a lot and became the person I am today because I now because of that I pay attention to those little things and make sure everything is on point.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Drag Attack is coming back.
Yeah.
And that rhymed too. You're welcome. I actually low-key miss those amateur drag shows. That is like you were saying it perfectly. Like you come in with people that are just starting for the first time too. These are your allies. These are your friends. These are your family for a little bit of time, and you just really learn an opportunity to grow and all that stuff. So with that, what were your biggest worries and what were your happiest surprises then with that?
I mean, everyone wanted to win. Honestly, I wanted to just grow. But my biggest accomplishment was just kind of like people getting to see me. Like there was, judges have been doing drag for years and who's big in the city. So just like getting my name out there and seeing people who can see who Peaches is. So that was big for me because they would come up to me and say they will book me and like I would get booked by those people. So that was like a big thing. Also, yeah, honestly, like I said, it just made me like a stronger person, a stronger performer overall. Still to this day.
You hit that ground running. You got everyone's attention. So just awesome job with that. Seriously. So Peaches, in 2018, you were doing drag pretty much full time. The pandemic was really difficult for you, much like other performers, but your nothing can stop me attitude really helped you carry on. You said in your pre-interview, you take inspiration from the local talent and you appreciate all the art forms in your drag queen counterparts. What has some great pieces of advice that you've received that you'd like to pass on to newer queens that are just starting out?
So one of the I wouldn't say it's advice, but a compliment that I got from Vinchelle was, Peaches, you're always on time. Like you show up to the gig like literally like whenever like when you're supposed to. And I'm like, oh well girl, I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And like and I've realized working with certain people just like, oh, that now I know what you mean. But yeah, so I always would come on time. She's like, just keep that up because people will really realize that and take that into consideration. Also, what was the other question?
My other question for you is besides, for the counterparts, some advice for new queens.
Oh, right.
Just some things that, that you think that can help pass it forward, pay forward.
Yes. I would just tell people, listen, first of all, make sure you're doing drag for the right reason. Don't do it because you want to be famous. You gotta actually love drag, and you gotta. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. So if drag doesn't make you happy, and you don't think about it almost 24/7, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. If you're looking just to get on Drag Race, then that's the problem. So literally, just authentically be you, no matter who you are. Because I always battled that a lot because I grew up in West Philadelphia, and that's just how I am, who I am. And I always battle with, I guess being too urban, ghetto, whatever. But I'm you know what? That's what makes Peaches. And to this day, I'm just you know what? You're gonna love it because obviously I'm booked for a reason. So.
And I'll tell you, I think that's also my biggest word of advice too, and it just came right out of your lips, baby girl, is that you should be authentic to yourself, because at the moment that you stop doing you is the moment then are you really having fun, because this is who you want to be, who you are, and you're doing it for art and yourself. So
literally,
I totally agree with that.
I also agree, and I think you and all our panelists tonight are absolute stars, and you have so many fans and people that look up to you. So, I think it's really great to get to know you other than what we see on stage. So thank you all for being here again. You're going to get a lot of compliments and you're going to get thanked often, so I apologize. But Peaches, I would like to talk to you for a couple minutes. I mentioned in your intro, you are someone that is crossing off drag goals quickly and often. Would you care to tell us about some of your proudest moments in drag? What were your biggest accomplishments?
One of my biggest accomplishments coming back to Philly, because like I said, I didn't start drag in Philly. I started drag at Penn State, and coming back to Philly, Vinchelle started her first Black Girl Magic show. I went, and it was just the best thing I ever seen. And I manifested. I was like, listen, I'm going to be in that show. I don't know what I have to do, but I'm going to be in that show. And literally, all I did was do what I do to this day. Vinchelle she seen me perform one time. She's literally, after Drag Wars, she was like, Miss Peaches, I need to speak to you right away. And I came up to her. She's like, girl, you're in the next Black Girl Magic. And I was like, all right, this is my chance. This is my moment. Black Girl Magic is big. So that next one, I was literally everything was on point. I made sure everything was on point. But yes, that was one of my biggest accomplishments, honestly, because I wanted to be in that show so bad.
Good. Well, I'm glad you accomplished that goal. And you are Black Girl Magic, honey. It's a wonderful show. You're a wonderful performer. It's a great fit. So good for you.
Thank you.
Being up or happy in life is easy. Can you tell us about an experience in drag that was a little bit rough for you, and what did you do to overcome that challenging time?
Honestly, a rough time I would say is starting the same time as people and realizing that I wasn't getting booked. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing wrong? I see my counterparts getting booked. I'm like, well, this is, it's very frustrating. You got to be happy for your friends, but it's really frustrating. So you're like, it's a damper. I was just doing a lot of free shows, and I was like, it wasn't a good feeling, because it's damn, I guess don't nobody see what I'm hitting out. But another rough time was when I was unemployed while doing drag. That was for about 6 months. But I did have a good outcome from it because people were constantly booking me. and I had a flowing income, and that was in 2018, so I was still pretty new.
Yeah.
But I guess they seen something in 2019. I was still pretty new, but they seen something in me apparently, so it was kind of validating.
I do have a quick question for you, Peaches, about that. You were saying how you're watching other people getting booked, and that maybe you weren't being seen for the fabulous, talented queen that we see today. So my question for you is, and I'm sorry to interject a question, but I'm curious, how did you overcome those feelings to just really put yourself on the line to get back on stage every time and just perform flawlessly with all that energy that you do? Is there any advice that you could give other people in those moments?
Literally only thing I have to say is work harder. Literally, if obviously we're not getting a book, then you just got to work harder. And that's what I did. I'm like, I need a new outfit every week, and I was doing free shows, so I need a new outfit every week. I need new hair I just wanted the people to see that I am the girl. I know who I am. I know I'm that bitch, but I want y'all to see that I'm that bitch.
Yeah.
So, literally, that's what I did. Just worked harder. I didn't complain at all. I didn't tell nobody. No one knew I was feeling that way. I literally just let me just go back to Dragorama again and show y'all what the hell I got.
Well, baby, we see you.
Yeah, and I will say that every guest here tonight is someone that I absolutely know loves drag, loves performing, and loves art. So that's why I love doing these in-depth conversations with you guys. But Peaches, I want to wrap this up, but I do want to talk about your recent and present day projects. You did a one-time digital show on a Wednesday called Hump Day, and you're basically a regular on the show Black Girl Diaries. Tell us your feelings on virtual drag versus live shows.
Well, we didn't have any choice. So, you want to stay relevant.
Hello.
You have to just go with the flow. So I don't think any of us had a choice. Some of us wanted to chill a little bit, but then we damn, we got to get back to it. We got to get back to drag because there's no choice. But honestly, I hate digital drag, but there's no, like I said, there's no choice. It's so much. People don't understand. There's so much work you have to do, and sometimes I'm not complaining, but it's little payout, and it's the art is crazy. But honestly, I will say a positive note to it that I didn't ever think I would be editing videos. I had little thoughts in my head of oh my God, I could do this. I'll be in a park. I could do a little snippet of this. So it's damn, I'm an artist. I'm a music artist. Yeah, I don't even need to see no music videos anymore. I'd rather see drag videos. And some of the drag videos I've seen has been the best videos I ever seen in my life. Yeah. Hump Day Peach Day was something I took maybe from March to June. I took a little break. So I was like, oh, let me do something. It was just a one-time show kind of thing. It was really, validating. I surprisingly had a lot of viewers, and they were living their life, and I was too. And Black Diaries is amazing because we get to share our Black voices, which is really important. It happened a little after the town hall. If you don't watch it, you need to watch it. It's an amazing show. Even if you come in or come later, you can still see it later. It's just amazing. We talk about current events. We talk about things that's going on in the city, and we get to hear everyone gets to hear our own personal thoughts on it. So it's a very important show in the city.
Yeah, definitely
Awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about your upcoming projects, and I'm sure Black Girl Diaries is going to be on them, so make sure you give that a plug. And one thing I think that you're absolutely amazing. Morgan, what do you have to say to Peaches?
So, well, obviously, Peaches, you really are fantastic in literally every way. So can you tell everyone about your upcoming projects, which you kind of touched upon it a little bit, but I want to circle around to because it's very important. I want you to talk about your merch and how they can find you.
Well, my upcoming projects, I actually have a show tomorrow in person for the people who's vaccinated or want to keep their mask on. It's at Taboo. It's called Thottin' and Boppin'.
Right.
It's a body positivity show. It's not slut shaming. You know, you can show your body and just, you know, feel your oats. So that's the kind of show it is. And my merch, I don't have merch right now. I do have some shirts that's sitting like in a closet that I need to go on the website and do all that stuff. But I do have some stuff coming. So stay tuned. And also my handles, you can find me at official MZ Peaches on Instagram. I'm not spelling that out because I'm going to mess up. Maybe I should work on that.
I adore you.
Oh, Peaches, thank you so much for being here again. I'm super excited about your number.
Yes.
Please check out her Venmo. Show it some love. It's been scrolling down below. It will scroll the entire number. Without further hesitation, here's Miss Peaches. Morgan, hit it.
On it. Kidding.
Just
Good day in my mind, shift to take a step out, get some air now, let your ass out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You so, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind. I should've kept from losing the best of me. I worry that I wasted the best of me. Oh, yeah, baby, you don't care. Sometimes trying to be a nuisance is just urgent. Trying to make some little change got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go and wait, can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, but it will break up in front of me. All the while, I'll wave my arm and feel with a smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Always inside, good that living in my mind. Help me on my fears, my limitations. I disappear if you let me. Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe when he lost it. Gotta hold my own, my cross to bear a long night. Ooh, way to dip, way to kill the mood. No, you like that, can't groove it, baby, baby. Heavy on my empty mind. I gotta keep from losing the rest of me. Don't worry that I wasted the best of me on your baby. You don't care. Now I'm trying to be a nuisance, it's just urgent. Trying to make some little change, got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go and wait, can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, but it will break up in front of me. All the while, I'll wave my arm and feel with a smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Sunny inside, good that living in my mind. Better get right, tryna free my mind before the end of the world. I don't miss no ex, I don't miss no text. They choose not to respond. I don't regret, just pretend never happened. Half of us laying waste to our youth is in the present. Half of us chasing fountains of youth and it's in the present now.
Yes. Oh, that was giving it. That was giving.
Look at me. I can literally watch you do this all day. I think that was just beautiful. That was amazing.
Not for nothing. That videography was on point.
Yeah, I want to go out and play in the snow and drag now. Good.
Love it. All right, once again, Venmo scrolling at the bottom. Take one last look. Love it. That was excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that video. That was amazing.
Thanks, Peaches. That was terrific. Thank
you.
Oh, all right. Let's switch gears. Let's move on to our next panel guest. I can't even say it. I'm so hello. So I'm super excited for our next guest. So drag is all about transformation, and like the beautiful, delicate, soft monarch butterfly, it takes time to reach its full potential. Much like our next fantastic guest, she is the queen that started out quiet and soft, but once that cocoon broke open, the beautiful transformation is not only undeniable, but it is much needed in the world of drag today. Please welcome the queen we all know and love as Lamia. Hey,
yes. Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh,
yes. I love it. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
You look fantastic tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Lamia, we have so much to discuss, so I just want to dive right in, okay? One of the many things I find so interesting about you is you are actually one of the first guests that we've ever had on Positivity that wasn't big on musicals or in theater as a young child. So while kids like me were do-re-meing in chorus and choir, practicing productions of Bye Bye Birdie, what were you doing?
Well, I certainly wasn't in any productions of Bye Bye Birdie because I was in high school in the 2000s. While those were going on,
1950s.
I was more invested in the arts. I was more of just a landscape painter, learning drawing, painting, sculpture, all that kind of crap. So I was pretty much just like in that zone a lot. So I was just pretty much surrounded by like a bunch of other like girl artists because it was just all girls in the art department at my school, and I was like the only girl too. So it was just like my natural habitat was just like around introverts and like studying things really close and just learning how things become stuff.
Right on.
Well, you are absolutely amazing at what you do. And one artistic talent that you've been participating in most of your life has been painting. So besides being able to paint a mug, you can bust out a masterpiece on a canvas as well. Are you surprised that your love for the art and painting translated into the world of drag and performing?
I'm surprised that it has gotten to that point because I never thought that that would be like the reality of it, you know? Because I would never think that I would be able to make something that is alive that would be me, like, because I would always be making like a dead picture that, you know, has no life, and it's like whatever.
Great.
So I never thought that.
Well, you're Dr. Fiercenstein, honey, because you're bringing it to life, buddy, just so you know.
And I love how you said that you use yourself as art. I think that's very beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Is painting on a canvas a hobby that you just happen to be fantastic at, or is it something more for you?
Well, painting is in my lineage. I come from a family of a lot of landscape painters, but it's also just the only thing that I knew how to do to really like survive. It was the only like hustle that I could like manage. That's like, oh, like I can turn $30 into $300 just by glamming it onto some canvas and making it look like a pretty picture. Like, never thought that was like an option, but then it ended up being the only option because I'm like, oh, I'm like not really employable because nobody wants to hire a trans woman who like looks like me or like all this other shit. Can't say shit. Sorry, Dominique's mom.
Okay. You should hear what Dominique says too. She has that mouth, honey.
Oh my god.
We're not Mormons, we're Sicilians, so you can curse in front of us. It's totally fine.
Fair enough. Where was I? forget.
Well, is painting for you like a kind of like a self-care, for you? Like, I mean, you were talking about your life and how stressful it is and how hard it is for people to get employed and stuff like that. So is painting something that you can go to just kind of like recenter yourself and focus and take a couple minutes for yourself while creating beautiful art?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely just kind of happens for me at this point where I'll just like be like, oh, I'm like, I don't have anything to do. I need to work on my painting. I need to like get my head clear, remember who I am, like what that mission or vision is. I need to recenter myself in that world. So I'll be like, let's go back there for a little bit, and then we come back to reality and be like, everyone be like, she's crazy, but that's fine.
No, I don't think you're crazy. I think you're very artistic and beautiful, and I think it's really cool how you really draw all this stuff with inside you and put it out there, whether it's on paper or on yourself or whatever.
You're ridiculously talented.
Yes.
In any art form you apply yourself to. You literally have art just running through your body, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see.
Like, look at you tonight, Mama. You look great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're really amazing, and what really blows me away about you is that your style is so vast and ever-changing. You busted into the scenes as a pretty artistic queen, but on the other end of the spectrum, you do a very classic form of drag, including celebrity impersonations. So I have a two-parter question. My first question is, how difficult is it to keep those two worlds separate from the artistic to the classic?
I mean, I think I find a lot of fun in trying to make my Diva Illusionist an art form and a classic. I find a lot of intrigue in trying to emulate what divas have done and see how I can apply that to a personal style. So I love diva impersonation as a drag go-to classic, because it is every drag queen has their own interpretation on it. So it's always everyone sees different details and different things that they want to do as their live performance as that diva. Right. So I always find it fun because it's an endless world of exploration of fashion and styling and history and all that other fun stuff.
Who's your divas that you do?
I am a Gwen Stefani impersonator, mostly. I also do some Madonna, some Debbie Harry. They're all blonde bitches. It makes it easier, so I don't have to spend more money on different hair colors.
Right on. I like it. I like it a lot. My second part of the question is that for your more artistic performances, where do you pull your inspiration from?
So I pull a lot of inspiration for my more artsy side of performing, where I'm not doing a diva impersonation. I'm doing some death metal ritual or some snake sacrifice or abortion or something like that. So I usually find inspiration just in musical moments and trying to see where that kind of parallels, and between diva impersonation and being completely brutal and glamorous. I try to find where those things overlap, because I want to I want to say that my drag brand is brutal pageantry. I want to be calm and collected, but still cutthroat and dangerous.
I love that. So, I love that term. I think that is brilliant. I think that is brilliant.
Well, listen, my last question before we get to your video tonight is a deep one, but I think you can handle it. We have said it before, and I'm sure everyone will agree, you are truly an artist that has evolved. In our pre-interview, you said that the first time you ever did drag was the first time you were ever on stage, which must have been incredibly intimidating. So my question to you is, would you say performing your art and drag really help you find the real person behind the fabulous performer that is known and that we love today?
I mean, no doubt. I wouldn't have found any, as a Gwen Stefani impersonator, no doubt. I wouldn't have found it without drag. I wouldn't have found a community that would have allowed me to continue to live and survive this long, to be able to find all these details out about myself, because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna ever fucking make it.
Yeah.
Never make it. But like, it surprises me every day that I made it this far in my life. I'm like, wow, 27 and still here. Cool. So
Here we are.
How do you think Lady E feels?
Well,
I love
you are the queen on the scene, honey. You bring joy to so many, and you probably don't even realize it. Where can people find you on social media or contact you for those fabulous paintings that we've talked about and other merchandise you may have?
So you can find me on Facebook at my regular ass name, Paris Ryan. If you want to look at my art and my other things that I make, that's a good avenue to contact me because it's pretty universal and it has all those things on it. You can also find all that on Instagram at the Lamia Queen. That's TheLemia, the thing that's scrolling across the bottom of the thing. That, and yeah, you can pretty much find anything from those two avenues.
Love it.
Yes. Well, Lamia, I am super excited for this number. Back in Lady E's day, they'd say, "You're the Ritz." The Venmo is posted and will scroll all number long. Please welcome the queen we love and we call Lamia Morgan. Hit it.
I'm on it. And I also want to remind everyone, if we get booted off for any of these fabulous songs that everybody is listening tonight, because these queens are bringing these songs, we always have a backup stream ready to go. So check any one of our Facebook pages out, and you can come right back on and join the fun and spread the positivity. Also, if you're just joining us for this first time, make sure you hit that share button, because the more people we bring in, the more positivity we spread. But Dominique,
yeah,
I'm ready for this number. I love it. I was so into watching this video as I was uploading it, so I'm excited to see the full video. So
we'll hit it.
On it. See,
Yes.
I love a good dark number. I
That
love
was
that.
hot. Oh, that was so good. Thank you so much for that. This is your last chance to tip the lovely Lamia. You can go do so by visiting the Venmo scrolling below. But you only have a couple more seconds to get it down, so I hope you did it already. Moving right along.
Right along.
I am very excited for this next guest for one reason and one reason only. With her here, I am not the oldest queen on the panel for once. She first did drag on the Mayflower and to this day says buckles are fabulous. It's the incomparable, the beautiful, the somewhat geriatric. It's my drag mother, Lady E!
Hi.
Yes! Come on, veteran queen. Show us how they used to do it. Yes!
I'll bounce them down on the cushions.
I like a soft seat too, hon.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Thank you so much for being here, mother.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Because of your advanced age, people think that you've been doing drag since the Big Bang that killed off the dinosaurs. But truth be told, you've only been doing it for about 5 years. You're just really great at what you do. Take us back in time to that crazy era we called the 90s. What were you doing? How was the scene? And where were your regular go-to party places?
Wow, okay.
Ooh, good
So, what's that?
Good question. Sorry, I got excited for this.
No, that's okay. So in the 90s, I was nowhere near doing drag. It was never something that crossed my mind. I had seen many drag shows back then, but I was a party kid. I was a club kid. I was a raver more than anything else. I spent a lot of time in New York at Tunnel, at Twilo, at Limelight, at Life, at places I don't have the brain cells left to remember where they were. Yeah, I was in New York. I would come here also, but I didn't start partying in Philadelphia until probably like mid to late 90s. I was mostly in New York.
Yeah. So you mentioned those favorite places. We actually went to the very similar places. I visited those haunts that I can barely remember also. So long live the Limelight and Curfew and Tunnel in my mind, honey.
Well, I went to the Tunnel before Curfew came along, so that's...
Well, you are a little bit older than I, so that makes sense.
Oh my god. I can't even.
It was one of my favorite places ever. To this day, it's still one of my favorite places. Fun.
Well, I wish I would have gotten that invite. But that's all.
You were too young, Morgan. You were far too young. You were far too young.
Well,
That's
fun
not
fact,
true.
I just found this out not too long ago. I used to go to Webster Hall also. And Iris had mentioned some time ago, I respect her. She said, oh, I knew she went to school in New York, but she also used to be a go-go boy at Webster, if I remember correctly. I'm like,
Wow.
what? I'm like, well. And she also used to go to a club here in Philadelphia called Shampoo on their goth night. It was a Wednesday night at Nocturne. I'm like, you are not old enough to get in there because I. But that's a whole different thing. She's probably
Another story.
Anyway.
Right. Well, yes. Well, I don't remember those times because obviously I'm too young. Obviously, thank you, Dominique, for pointing that out, but I'm really not. But let's fast forward a little to a magical Outfest in 2016, After watching a few weeks worth of makeup tutorials on YouTube, like we all do, you strutted your respected stuff out in the light steampunk style of drag. Naturally, you got a great reaction and decided to try your hand at the amateur drag competition scene. After watching a few shows, you entered your first competition and lost. Oops. Well, you went back the following month, and after perfecting the Divas number from the Fifth Element, you won, which was amazing. After that, you entered the Miss Taboo pageant and won that too. Tell us how your drag went from 0 to 60 so successfully.
That's a hard question to answer. It was like that first time, just like Lamia, my first time ever performing was that first time on stage at the amateur show. And then when I won the second time, I just started going out, and I just started reaching out to people, and one of the first supporter of mine was Aloe Vera. I used to go to Drag Arena back then. Now it's Dragorama, and Drag Arena / Dragorama really helped me get the confidence to be on stage, to perfect my craft, to kind of explore what I wanted to do and who I wanted to be. And then Nevaeh Shea came up to me 10 days before the Miss Taboo pageant. She's like, "Hey, I think you'd be good for this. I think it would be good for you. I want you to do this." And I had no idea what I was getting myself into, because I didn't know what a pageant was at the time. I just thought I knew I was eligible for that, for the amateur pageant. But I was like, oh, you have to put on a gown and a nice wig and you do your thing. I didn't realize how involved they were until I told Aloe and Geisha and my friend Jeremiah and Callie Couture, and all of a sudden it was like, all these people got me together and I won.
That's a great crew.
What I was doing.
I love that.
That's an amazing crew to get you together for a pageant.
Right.
Well, I wasn't going to even tell people, because I was like, well, I feel bad because not that I didn't take it seriously. I just didn't know what that meant, like what doing a pageant and getting together for a pageant meant, until I opened my mouth to a couple of people, and then it was like, no, you've got to do this. I was like, okay, this is what I got to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? After you did that, well, if winning Miss Taboo wasn't enough, which we know is great, in 2018, you really hit your stride, though. By 2019, you tried your hand at Miss Gay Philadelphia, where you were first alternate. Tell us about that pageant world. Anything you were surprised by?
Again, my ignorance. I was surprised at how serious everyone took that. I was just telling the story to somebody, I forget who it was, just a couple days ago, that obviously I've reached out to a lot more people. I had Miss Red make the gown. I had Cameron make the hair. I had Iris, a costume from Iris. So I had that together. But then the day of, it was like I was with, my dresser was Mia Ho from Allentown, and she was amazing. And she was so able to center me and ground me in so many ways. But right before I was going to get on stage to do the evening gown, it was a panic attack. I wanted to take the dress off. I wanted to rip it off. I said, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. Because it was like, people take this so seriously. And she talked me out of that. She put me back on track. I did it. Callie deserved to win, especially knowing how fast I walked during that evening gown. I could see me and behind the judges going, yeah. And I was just like, back and forth. Yeah. So I mean, it was a good experience, but it was also like an eye-opening experience as to how serious and how hardcore this can be.
Yeah, I had imagined so. Before we get to your wonderful submission, I wanted to take the time to thank you. I know you're away on business for your 9-to-5 job, but you still managed to do this show and be the picture of professionalism. So thank you, and hopefully that is a quality that will rub off on me eventually. So my last question for you is a simple one. Besides birthing your 2 amazingly talented drag kids, your namesake, Lady Lachey, who is wonderful and talented, and your other daughter, Dominique Lee, who I'm sure you're at least slightly proud of for whatever reason or another. What are some of your proudest moments in drag?
Well, definitely winning Miss Taboo, because like even though I didn't know what I was getting into, it made me realize how serious that I could take this, and I take what I do seriously and what I put on stage seriously. I don't take this too seriously. There's a lot of us, and it is what it is. That was definitely one. And then I made it to, after Miss Gay Philadelphia, I made it to states where I placed third. My goal was to be top 5, but I was third out of 12. And I was so much more centered because I knew what I was getting into now. But that was an incredible experience. And that's something that it was somewhere about a month or so after that was over, I realized how much that mentally just kind of flipped things in my head to put myself more together, to put myself just polish it all off a little bit better than it had been.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, all I have to say is, Lady E, how do you put up with that one? Is all I have to say about Dominique Lee.
I drink a lot.
Hello. Because it's a struggle for myself as well. So here we are. We'll have to have a cocktail together over that one.
Moving on to the last question.
All right. Well, your wealth of knowledge. Any quick final words of advice for the young gay youth? Since I believe that children are our future, isn't just one of my favorite song lyrics, but I actually do believe it too.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with, especially what Peaches said. Like, if don't do this because you want to be famous, because you want to be on TV or whatever. Do this because this is an art form that you get to explore, not just like what you do here, but what you do up here, what you put on stage, all of the different ways you can express yourself and what your art is. That's what it's about. That's what drag, and whether you're a king or a queen or however you define yourself, that's what it is. You get to just show the world who you can be in the most artistic and beautiful way possible. That's how. You
know what I love about that too, and I'm just going to interject real quick too, because Miss Peaches, Lamia, and yourself show it very thoroughly when you're up on stage, and how you are very authentically true to yourselves. And I am so excited that I can say that without hesitation, because it's very inspiring, I guess I'm trying to say. So.
I actually have a question off the beaten path. Were you ever on stage before you did drag? Did you do theater or chorus or anything like that when you were younger, or was drag like your first real time on stage?
I was a dancer, but not like professionally, just like in little dance groups, but never on a big stage. No.
Isn't that interesting? Three Philadelphia local drag powerhouses that you can ask any person in the neighborhood or in our community, hey, do you know the Lady E, Lamia, or Peaches? And they would say, yeah, absolutely. And these are the first guests that really never did any like theater or anything before they dabbled in drag. They're just so freaking amazing at it that they just took the whole scene by storm, and they're just fantastic.
Dominique, there's hope for us. There's hope for us.
Well, I always tell people, you can have my gay card, because I am as far away from the theater queen as it gets. Yeah. It was not my, I just wasn't. Nothing, no shade. Yeah. I just wasn't. It wasn't my thing.
And not for nothing, just to remind everybody of Lamia's question, I actually played by Conrad Birdie in my high school production of Bye Bye Birdie. So that's where that question came from. But I digress. E, I think you're absolutely fantastic. It is literally my honor to call you my drag mother. Thank you so much for everything that you do, not only for me and my drag sister, Lady Lachey, personally, but everything that you do for the community. You really hold a very high standard of drag, and I think it is just a beautiful thing to see. So thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. My mother's Venmo has been scrolling this entire interview. It will continue to scroll through her amazing number. So please check in on the elderly and show her some love. hit up her Venmo. Thank you again. Without further ado, please welcome the one, the only, the believe it or not, still aging, Lady E, Morgan. Hit it.
On it.
Time to put my medal on. Whose blood to spill, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. Two armies are coming at me. Their flags and weapons look the same. One tells the truth, the other's lying. And they're both calling my name. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. No one ever starts that way, but this is how villains are made. Time to put my medal on. Whose neck to cut, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. There lies my sanity. There goes my mind, I could not say. I don't trust what I see right in front of me. I don't know who to betray. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. So easily persuaded. When the lines of blood are faded, no one ever starts that way. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made.
Baby.
Holy shit. That was amazing.
She cursed, ladies and gentles.
Oh my goodness, I almost flipped my Dusty Rose custom-made hairpiece over that number. That was so great. That's my mama, everybody. Please give it up for the fantastic Lady E. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love it.
Look, all our guests have brought it. We're going to have to step our video game up, buddy. That was amazing.
They sure did, Mama.
Oh my goodness. Morgan, I'm having such a great time, and I think there's only one thing that can make this time even better for us. What do you think?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'm super excited to get this part going, baby.
Yes. Well, hit that video. Let's show the people what we're talking about.
Let's do it.
Hit it. Yes, it is time for the Snap Up game. It is very easy. One by one, we will go around to each one of our guests tonight, and they will say something that they learned or something that they love about the other members of the panel. They are, of course, welcome to compliment the lovely Morgan as myself. Since it so rarely happens in real life, we like to get it whenever we can. So let's start with guest number one. It is the gal with the updo, honey. She has given everything. I absolutely love this one. It's Miss Peaches.
Woo! Okay. Okay. Because I want to say something about everyone, but I'll do Lady E. Since I've been working with her lately. I'm glad to get to know you finally. And I really do adore and enjoy working with you. You're just a good vibe to be around. And also, I love your video that you just played. I was like, when it first opened, I'm like, am I intoxicated or is this the shit? Like, but no, it was really, I really do enjoy you. And I am happy for all of your accomplishments and happy to get to know you.
I love that. You know what? Why don't you shoot over to Lamia to give her?
Yeah. Sure. Hello, Lamia. How are you? I love your art. I really do. Every time I want to buy it, I'm always broke. But no, I do love it. It's like a abstract. I love how it's an abstract kind of thing going on. I personally can't tell what's going on, but I think that's what's abstract about it because it's good. I love it. And also I just love the way you move around on stage and you just look like you're just having so much fun all the time. And that's the thing about drag. If you're not really like genuinely having fun, if you can't tell the performance having fun, then like it don't even matter. So I enjoy seeing you on stage.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Let's go to our guest number two, honey. She's absolutely fabulous. It is Lamia. Lamia, what do you have to say about these fabulous panelists that we got going on tonight?
Thank you. Just want to say that I learned a lot about the club scene in the 90s in New York today. That was a very educational moment. I always adore and love everything Miss Peaches you do. You are like the prime example of like someone who can come into the scene and be like, I'm not fucking around. I'm here. I'm good. I'm talented. Don't underestimate me, bitch. And it shows, and you get the work. And I'm like, yes, that's what I love because I'm like the same way. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like all these other games and shit, you know? So
Thank you.
I appreciate that about you so much, Miss Peaches. I hope you know that. And
Thank
Lady, you've always been like so like such a like the apex of like perfection for me as like when you're like just the way that you put things out and like the way your mind just gets like so covering on every detail. Like when you were doing that pageant, like the Miss Taboo pageant, it was just like the way you were like, I had this and this and like every detail you like got. I was like, I've always admired that ever since I've like been performing like parallel alongside perpendicular to like
Come on, perpendicular.
Not perpendicular. Love it.
Yes. All right, and how about the senior member of the panel, the lovely, the talented Lady E? What do you have to say about these young whippersnappers that are showing us old gals how to do it, honey? They are fabulous.
Okay, yeah.
What?
You're sort of fading out, but yes. Miss Peaches, I'm glad we're working together because every time I've seen you perform, and now that I get to see you backstage, like that energy and that just your smile, and you might be stressed out, but you don't show it. You have such a nice, easy, happy vibe, and I just love that. Watching you and being backstage with you, that's just like that's what it should be. Like that's wonderful. I love that. Lamia, I think we've been performing together almost the same amount of time, but I think you started a little bit before me. I can't remember. But I love watching you. You're always so creative and so innovative, and I like the way your mind works too with certain things. Where I'm just like, I didn't think of that. That's great. Wow. like you really do like have that mind to just you're a true artist's mind. Like you think of the different ways to do something that may have been done before, and that's so inspiring. And I guess I'll say something nice about the daughter. I mean, you know, both of you are very hardworking. Thank you for having us. I mean, I see your stuff like literally every other day. There's a new post on Instagram or something like that. So cheers to like taking digital drag to like I don't have the motivation. I know Peaches does and Lamia. I didn't have the motivation to do a lot of it. That video was one of the few things I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're cranking out stuff that quality, I'm not surprised. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Morgan, do you have anything to say about our lovely guests? Because it looks like we're running to almost the part of our show where we have to say goodbye.
Yeah, you know what I always have to say something nice about every single person that's on this screen, except for you, of course. But
you know me the best. That's why.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it both ways actually, because I was gonna do one-on-one and also a group, or I was gonna say a group thing too, but I'm gonna do both. So I just want to say first as a whole, and I said it before, I just think that it's absolutely inspiring and amazing that each one of you are very true to yourselves. And I hope that other people watching pick up a little bit about that as far as going into their artistic moments or just recognizing yours, because I just think it's really cool to see that you just do you. And that's what it's all about. So thank you for sharing all your art with me tonight, as well as Dominique and those that are watching. You know what? I'm going to just go through. And Ms. Peaches, thank you so much for coming tonight. You know, everybody was talking nice things about you, and all I have to say is that you are essence of positivity, as far as you really are so genuinely nice, and nice recognizes nice, you know. And I just have to say, I know Dominique doesn't recognize it, but I do. No, I'm just kidding. But no, in all seriousness, you are just so ridiculously nice, and just always, that's who you are. And I love that, because I think that whether you're performing or outside of performing, you are who you are, authentically you. And I just appreciate that and acknowledge it. So thank you so much. Lamia, you are just an awesome style of drag that I have not jumped into. And I just secretly enjoy every ounce of what you bring. You're so super talented. I just can't wait to see what else you have going on as the years go forward. I think you're just continuing to blossom, and you just keep rocking that out, because you just are killing it. And not because of that video, I'm not going to say killing it, but here we are. And Lady E, you are just perfection as well. You know that. I adore you. And I just enjoy doing all that we do together. I enjoy our own personal hangout times too. You motivate me to continue to elevate myself, so I thank you for that. And I'm excited to see what you have to bring too in the year to come.
Yes, well.
Sorry, that was long-winded. I went long. I'm sorry.
No, I promise mine's going to be a lot shorter. I'm going to do the same thing. Peaches, you are, to me, the definition of fierce drag. You are everything. You are just so put together, so picture perfect in everything that you do, and your confidence just absolutely outstands me. You are just literally fabulous. Lamia, you are everything artistic drag is to me. Every time I picture artistic drag, I think of stuff that you do. I think you're absolutely brilliant. I think you are so deep. I think you are so real. And I just think you're a fabulous individual. And that's exactly what you are, an individual, a unique individual. My mother, Lady E, I make a lot of jokes at her expense. I once said that she lost her virginity to a druid. I said that I've seen younger faces on Cash. Her first birthday present was fire.
Here she goes.
And that's it. So I hope everybody has a great night. No, I'm just kidding. Lady E, you are nothing. Of course, what can I say? You're my drag mother. There's a reason for that. You are the picture of classic drag. You are everything a drag queen should be. You should care about your art. You should care about the audience. And that's exactly what you do. You are fantastic in every way. I absolutely love you. And that's Dominique, and that's my 2 cents on each and
I
every
love
one.
well, Dominique, this is the part of the night that I hate so much.
Yeah, I get that too. It's not my favorite, but these guests were absolutely fabulous.
Perfect.
I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you. I love each and every one of you. You all mean so much to me in my heart of hearts. Thank you for all that you do. Morgan, say goodbye to our lovely guests.
Yes, I adore you all so much. Thank you so much for spending time to give us a little glimpse of who you are. Though the show is not over yet, we are going to say goodbye to our panel guests tonight. Yes. So let's start off with Lady E. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We adore you and love you so much. Can't wait to see you soon. And be safe out on the road, babe.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Lamia, you are Gorgina. I loved your look tonight, and thank you for just opening up with us a little bit, and you are absolutely amazing. Look at me spreading positivity, continuing. Here we go. All right, love you so much. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, Ms. Peaches, thank you so much, my little Gorgina, as well. I love you so much. You're amazing, and I love that smile you got going on there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight and spending time with us and opening up with us tonight.
All right, thank you so much.
Your perfection, Peaches. Thank you.
Bye, love.
Oh boy, look who's
you. Hey!
Hey!
I was like, I'm out too. I was done with the compliments. I'm out, baby girl.
Oh my goodness, Morgan, episode 7.
I know. We are just moving right along, and I'm loving every drop of it. I love getting to know every single person that we get to talk to, and just everybody's just been absolutely fantastic in opening up chess.
Yeah, well, if you think that this show was the best that we can do, you're probably right, but we're giving it another shot in 2 weeks, and we have a all-new panel for you. Morgan, why don't you show the fantastic people who we have on our next fantastic episode of Positivity?
I'm on it, babe.
Hit it.
That's it.
Yes. We are branding this next episode the Look episode because we have all the performers with all the most amazing looks. Of course, I am so excited, and I hope to learn a little bit something too, because this could always improve. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm gonna encourage you to do a look. I'm gonna give you a challenge, and I'm gonna come up with an idea of a look, and I'm gonna make you
off the top of my head. The most perfect look that I can think of, if you wanted me to give a look, would be a Cousin It look, where it would just be straight hair, straight down.
Easy, breezy, done. You know what? I should do that too. Just as long as I can get my straw in the hair, I'm good to go, baby. So listen. We've had a fabulous night, and we're running over on time, but that's okay, because you know what? We just keep rolling with the punches, and I enjoy talking to everybody, and just, you can't put a time limit or a price tag on it, right?
Yeah, no.
So we put our Venmo scrolling below as well, because you know what? You got to give your ladies some love too, right? Yeah. But you know what? I think we should just do another snack for everyone, just to wrap it all up, just to put the cherry on the cake, put the sprinkles on the pie. You know what I'm saying?
So now that you explained it like that, I know exactly what you're talking about. All that sounded delicious, by the way. Morgan, why don't you hit that amazing number that we made specifically for this episode? I'm very excited. Morgan, hit it.
On it.
come to look for kings. Anybody could be that guy. Night is young and the music's high. With a bit of rock music, everything is fine. You're in the mood for dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. You're a teaser, you turn them on. Leave them burning and then you're gone. Looking out for another, anyone would do. You're in the mood for dance. And when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Watch that scene, digging the dancing queen, dancing queen, digging the dancing
Yes.
You're so silly. I love you so much. All right, so let's just shoot off. I know we ran over our time, but you know what? Once again, our next show is going to be on Thursday, April 22nd at
Yep.
8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time, Facebook Live. We put our Venmo scrolling below, but I can't wait to see you soon, babe, with our whole new panel of guests.
I am so excited. I'm having such a great time with you. My Dusty Rose original custom cap is firmly on my head. We did a great show, Morgan. I absolutely adore you. Thank you so much for doing this with us. And thank you all so much for watching us tonight.
Yes, I love you so much. All right, babe, I'll see you soon. Can't wait to see our new panel of guests on April 22nd at 8 p.m. sharp.
Bye.